While the technical knowledge can get us hired, the educational qualifications that we have, the degree that we hold is very instrumental in getting us a job. But soft skills can get us fired. Irony of life. Today, to be successful in our careers, in our work that we are doing, you need more than just the technical expertise and the knowledge. As the nature of our work keeps evolving, we make progress along the way. It is important for us to have not just the technical knowledge, but also the soft skills, because this is the foundation for effective teamwork, to be a good leader, to be a good collaborator, and for the overall success in the organization that we are working in. Hello everyone, this is Sonia. You with me on Thinking Out Loud Thursdays, and we are having coffee together. Let's get started. Soft skills is also known as people skills, interpersonal skills, and it is our ability to effectively interact with others in a professional setting and even non-professional setting. But since we are talking about our careers, what are the skills that we need to be successful in our career or the work that we are doing, I think let's stick to professional setting, right? They are intangible qualities because you can't measure your soft skills. Are you helpful? Are you 80% helpful, or are you 20% helpful? So you can't calculate and you can't measure these qualities that you have. That's the reason they are intangible qualities, but they shape how we interact, how we collaborate, and how we communicate with others, because they are the true differentiators in our career progression. While hard skills or your technical skills are important, for sure they're important, soft skills are like the glue. They have that, they basically stick everything together, right? While your technical skill will open doors, meaning they'll bring you to different doors and you can choose which company you want to join, it is your soft skills, because they hold the key to opening whichever door that you want to join in, the right door you want to join, or the right door you want to enter, right, for that matter. So let's look at why these soft skills firstly are important, and then we'll come to what are those top 10 soft skills that you should have to be very successful in your career, right? So firstly, you might be thinking, I've come first in my college, or I'm a topper, I've done the right kind of education, and I've always scored good marks, and I've impressed people with my knowledge, etc. So why do I need to pay heed to these soft skills? No, you need to. See, we are all humans. Number one, why you need it is because of human connection. You're going to be dealing with so many people when you join an organization. People opening the door for you, people serving tea, coffee for you, your bosses, your team members that you're working with, people from the other departments that you're interacting with. You will interact with third parties like your customers, your vendors, etc. So it will come handy, because you need these soft skills. You cannot just survive through your career basis just the knowledge, the technical knowledge that you have, right? Because it will help you build right connections, it will help you inspire others, and it will also help you build trust in other people's mind for you, right? So that's the reason you need these soft skills. And also it will help you navigate through different complexities that you will face in your career, right? It will enable you to understand different viewpoints. It will help you to come to a common ground of understanding and then take very informed decisions, right? It will help you be an effective team member or become an effective team leader, right? It will help you build some empathy. It will help you collaborate in the right manner with others. It will help you be a more effective communicator. So if you want to unlock your leadership qualities, then you need to build these soft skills that I'm going to be talking about, right? So let's get started with soft skills. What are those top 10 soft skills that you have? Because see, you take two people in the organization, they come with the same background, they've done MBA in marketing, and they're both marketeers, they're both at the same roles in the organization, but one is rising the ladder very fast and the other one is still struggling, is still where the person is, right? So what is it going to be differentiating the factor? right? It is going to be your soft skills. So number one soft skill that you should have is communication. I've spoken about this multiple times in most of my videos. You need to be an effective communicator to basically make an impact in other people's life, to build meaningful relations, to build trust in people, to win over people, right? So please start focusing on how you're communicating with others, be it verbal, be it non-verbal, be it written, be it oral. Look at your eye contact, look at your body language. Are you like talking in very high tone, are you talking in low tone, how is your pronunciation, etc. When you're sending emails to your customers, are you being very rude, are you being very direct? When you have to say no or decline an offer of your customers, are you like blandly, no, we are not going to accept it? Or do you actually build the no with a reasoning, with a background, and then you say no so that the other person doesn't feel very hurt, his ego doesn't get impaired, affected, etc. Right? So start being effective communicators, start actively listening to people, focus on your presentation skills. See, in our resume, we also mention what are the soft skills that we have, that we are a good team player, we are good leaders, we have good communication skills, we have good presentation skills, etc. Right? So they are required, they're part of your professional journey. And I think communication skills is something that we start building on very early in our lives, right? But if you still feel you need to improve bit of your communication, maybe you're non-verbal, then maybe you can undergo some training. You can recommend your boss that I need to have a training on improving my communication skills. And I'm sure, because every organization helps their team members to grow and to learn whatever they feel is a shortfall in them, and make some corrections which are needed, because in the end the company benefits if the employees are conducting themselves in the right manner, right? The number two soft skill that you need to have is leadership, right? It is not necessary. Leadership soft skill does not mean that you don't need it because you don't have like a team below you. No, every person should have leadership skills, and that leadership skill does not mean that you're leading a team of 15 or 20 or you're head of the department. No, it is our ability to inspire others. It is our ability to lead others for the greater good. And it could be just your team members with the same team. Maybe a task is being given and you take the lead of that project, and you're inspiring others and motivating them to be part of that project, right? So which means you are building your leadership skills to be a good leader. You start observing how other leaders are behaving, how are they conducting themselves, and if there is some quality of theirs you want to pick up, you do that, right? So start building your leadership skills from the very early on. Not saying that you need to be like very aggressive and you need to say follow me and be very authoritative. No, you can just show empathy and lead, and you can inspire others, motivate others. You can be part of whatever problems that the others are facing, and be part of finding solutions for them, right? So please build these leadership skills early on in your careers. Number 3, adaptability. Most often we are faced with changing situations at work, where maybe the market dynamics have changed, the customer demands have changed, maybe your bosses from top to bottom, there was some project that you were working on, and suddenly after 3 months of working, they've introduced some new technology, or they've scrapped that entire project and they've told you now work on another project. So there could be many reasons where you need to adapt, you need to embrace change, and you need to make an impact. Because if you get held on to that, no, I was working on this, no matter what the competition is saying, no matter what the market is doing, I will just stick to this, you will become a very rigid person. You will not be open to change, and you have to adapt to changes if you want to move forward, because then you'll remain where you are. So please start changing with the market, changing with the demands that the company is asking from you, and figure out solutions when you're faced with these such situations, right? Number 4, problem solving, right? We all face problems at work. Sometimes we are given a particular project, and suddenly our system has crashed, or we are not able to find alternate solutions. Maybe the management has changed the pricing strategy, and you were working on something, and that you'll not be able to get the ROI basis what the management is expecting. So you have to figure out solutions. Problems will come every now and then in front of you because we are working, right? And we need to find solutions for it, and that is a skill that will come handy. So whether are you good in terms of analyzing such challenging situations? Do you actually look at what are the alternate solutions that we can work around it, and then can I make an informed decision? मतलब सोच समझ के आप सब तरफ देखो कि कहाँ पे कौन सा रास्ता आपके लिए ठीक है, and then you decide to take a particular path, right? So that is problem solving, and not just solving your problems, but looking at if your peers are facing a particular problem, you're trying to figure out a solution even for them, because if they are your peers tomorrow, if you are stuck somewhere and you need somebody's input, even they'll come handy to you, right? So please build this skill of problem solving. Whenever you're faced with any kind of a problem, start looking at alternate solutions and not just get hung up or ki, okay fine, this obstacle has come, how will I cross it, and you start cribbing. Stop cribbing and start figuring out solutions for that problem, right? Now the next one, number 5, is empathy. Empathy is very important. I've already spoken about this, I think, in multiple videos of mine. See, empathy is going to make you more human. Empathy will help you build meaningful connections at work. Empathy will help you be perceived as a very helpful, good-natured person. You don't want to be remembered as a person that, oh, that person is so toxic, don't talk about. So bossy, he's always pushing, etc. You don't want to be known as a negative person. You want to be respected, you want to be looked upon, you want to be somebody who keeps inspiring others to be their good selves, right? So whenever you're asking somebody, are you saying thank you, please, sorry, you're apologetic, you are considerate, you understand, you put yourself in other people's shoes, and then you feel what are the pain point areas, why the other person has reacted the way they have reacted, and then you make a reaction of your own self, right? So please develop this empathetic skill inside you, because that's going to help you build meaningful relations at work, right? So the next one is time management. I've done a whole episode on time management, because see, in the office we have limited time. We have maybe a window of 10 to 12 hours that we are giving at work, and in those 10 to 12 hours we have to finish whatever is our to-do list for the day, for the week, for the month, for the quarter, for the year that we are planning. So what is it that we need to do? What are the we need to prioritize certain things which are important, critical, need to be attended by you only. Is there some things that you can delegate to others? So figure out a system or a routine that works for you. Are you taking too many breaks? Are you wasting a lot of time into doing unnecessary things at work? Can you club things together and make the best use of your time? So time management is nothing but how are you allocating your time into maximizing your productivity and whatever, maximizing your output, right? So figure out a schedule. You can look at some time tracking apps that will help you analyze where are you wasting your most productive hours. If there's something very critical and you're not very inclined to do that because you're uncomfortable, it's making you uncomfortable, it's a very difficult task that will require your full attention and you've been avoiding it. So start devoting time to all those difficult tasks first thing in the morning when your energy levels are very high, right? So please utilize your time in a most effective manner, because that is going to set the tone of how others are going to perceive you. If you're going to be delaying things, if you're going to be missing your deadlines, you're going to come to office very late, people will perceive you like that. And no matter how good are you in your work, no matter how good is your technical knowledge, but if you do not manage your time properly and you keep missing deadlines, people will not respect you, and soon they'll say, okay, fine, that's the door, please go, right? And you don't want that. The next is your negotiation skills. How do you negotiate with people? Now, we have been good negotiators right from when we were kids, right? We used to negotiate with our parents for toys. We used to negotiate with our parents for getting the bike or the car that we want or the scooter that we want, etc. We've been negotiating with our parents for which restaurant we should go, which movie that we need to watch, etc. Right? So we are born negotiators. But when it comes to our professional setting, we somehow lack this quality of being good negotiators, because we are then negotiating with people that we don't know them personally. We are good negotiators when it comes to our personal relations, but when it comes to professional settings, we get a little uncomfortable in negotiating, right? But then you have to negotiate with vendors to get the right pricing. You have to negotiate with customers, sell your ideas to them. You have to negotiate with your bosses, because you want them to look at whatever is the pitch that you're giving it to them, and you want them to go with your pitch and not with the other's pitch. So you keep negotiating with them, because you need to find a common ground where things will work for you and will work for the other person too. Right? So these are good skills to have, and please start building your negotiation skills at work as well. Right? Number 8 is stress management. There are so many reasons that we have at work that we get stressed out. Maybe we are missing there is some project that we have to finish, and right on there is some other task that has been given by the bosses, and we have to finish both the tasks. Now we are under stress. I remember a situation where I was planning to do an event, and right on the day of the event, a previous evening, my MC called and told me that his throat is very bad. He will not be able to conduct the event for me. And then on the day of the event, the vehicle, the projector and the instruments which were coming in, that vehicle got towed away by the traffic police or something like that, and that person was running 1 hour late. And which means I wouldn't have been able to start my event. Customers would have, the guests would have started coming in, and my stage wouldn't have been ready. And I was under a lot of stress, because that was an event, and we were making some announcements. And if I would have not been able to handle that stress at that point of time, I wouldn't have been able to figure out solutions. So I asked the entire team, all my colleagues, including the people from other departments, to say that when the guests start coming in, please hold them in the pre-function area. Please offer them tea, coffee, drinks, snacks, everything. Start building rapport with them in that area, because I need 30 minutes extra, because the stage is getting set and we're doing some sound checks. So you need to find alternate solutions. And of course, when the MC was not there, immediately I asked my event agency to get another MC, and overnight we did some drills. Throughout the morning, I kept interacting with the MC to ensure that he was on board into running the whole event and conducting it. And of course, the event was a big success. But yes, at times we face some last minute things that are given to us. How do we handle stress? So one thing is, you need to remain calm. And I think for everybody, things work differently. For me, when I'm faced with some stressful situation, I always talk to myself into saying, Sonia, everything will be fine. This is not the end of the world. Figure out a solution. I'm sure there is another option. Find a solution for it. Some people meditate for 2 minutes, they gather their focus, and then they head on work on things. Some people just probably want to take a nicotine break or a coffee break, and then they come back to relook things from a fresh angle, right? So see what works for you, how you can handle your stress, because be ready, because this roller coaster ride of working in companies is not easy. You will be faced with a lot of stress as well, right, along the journey that you're going, right? So the next one is critical thinking. Now, we are faced with so many situations, like I said, at work, that we need to look from different angles. We need to look at different opinions, different ideas. We need to run ourselves into different directions to see which direction is working best for us. We need to be very logical. We need to be very reasonable when we are suggesting even something to them. Is it doable? Is it not doable? Is it something that I can do it, or is it something that I need to delegate to others? You need to evaluate all options and then come to one solution or one route that you want to take for launching a particular project or the strategy that you're suggesting. And that's what we call it as brainstorming, right? When we're brainstorming, which means we're trying to collect different ideas and to see which idea is going to work best. And when we're figuring out that this idea is going to work, you know the reasons why it will work, because you would have evaluated, you would have logically thought about it, and you would be very reasonable in your approach into figuring out things, right? So this is also a very good skill to have. So start building on it, right? Start asking a lot of questions, and only then your critical thinking skill will get developed, right? The last one is collaboration, right? We need to collaborate with others. We need to interact with others from different departments within our company, outside the company. So when we have to collaborate with people, we need to look at how best we can make an impact. Because when you're collaborating with people, you are looking at one thing, that we need to succeed in the project that we're handling. We're not looking at personal biases. We're not saying that, okay, fine, why should I approach that person? That person has not approached me. Okay, why should I look at other people's opinion? I will look at only my opinion. I will make sure that I'm very bossy. I will say only my solution is the best. You all can just take a walk, right? So if we have to collaborate with people, we need to win their trust. We need to be friendly with them. We need to understand where they're coming from, and then look at what is in the greater good of the company, what is in the greater good of the team, and what is in the greater good of your own self. Because if you remove the cloud of your ego, your judgments, your biases, you will realize what is good for you, and you will realize that working as a team, collaborating in the right manner with everybody is in a better, is like good for you, right? And so I would like to just end this by saying, no matter which field you're in, whether you're into medicine, you're into technology, you're into admin, marketing, sales, no matter what field you're in, your skills won't just come handy, but they will be very integral part of your success in the company, right? So on that note, I'm going to end my Thinking Out Loud Thursdays. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and if you did, please do like, comment and share my episode, and also please subscribe to my channel as I keep bringing in more and more such meaningful episodes for all of you. Have a good day everyone, and thank you for watching me.